okay?
Absolutely.
It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? My water was tampered with, bro. It was like I couldn't. I know what it is to work out and have some heavy workout after. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. I can have sex and still go play ball and dunk and do whatever I got to do.
Right.
Those are the words of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder as he confirms that he feels that the water was spiked. You know, and then we've heard this. This was another, now not really, I guess you could still call it a conspiracy because, I mean, at this point, you really can't prove it because I feel that the shit has been too far to really do anything about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Mauricio did what he did. He went out of his way to make sure that certain things didn't happen. And then I'm going to get to that in a second because that's some bullshit. But he felt his water was spiked. And then what we heard from that, see, we can talk about it now because Deontay has talked about it now. Okay, so we can lay all the cards on the table when it comes to this. I'm going to make a few videos about this particular interview. This is on 78 Sports TV, and he was explaining what was going on that night. Now, I do agree with him that when you do lose, you're looking for certain things that's wrong. Wilder was claiming that he was looking for what was making him feel a certain way. And he said he felt woozy. He said it was this. And then this is my counterpunch. If his water was spiked, because this is the same thing that I talked to a source about, a close source. If it was spiked, I'm like, well, who in the hell spiked the water? You know, and I heard that Tyson Fury didn't drink any water because he knew it was spiked. Well, why would you spike your own water? Are you saying that you spiked intentionally all the water to make sure Wilder drank that water, and when he drank it, he was, then compromised? and if it was spiked, what the fuck was in it? Because again, you have drug tests after those fights, right? They test you before and they test you after. And then after, when they test you, they try, those VADA tests, those type of tests are pretty stringent. So they let you know really what you should do or what you can't have or whatever, because you can have something that had something else in it, minute, right? And it'll still pop up in your system as though, hey, you have this in your system. So it's one of those things, man. Again, if he felt that the water was spiked, who the hell spiked it? And that was a question that I could not get an answer for. Like, I guess it was Team Fury. They spiked the water, but I'm like, you sure it was Team Fury or was it, because it's weird that, to me, it would seem like he would have a definite something. He would have traces of whatever made him feel that type of way. Maybe he was dehydrated. I think that's one of the most reasonable things. Maybe Wilder was dehydrated. And I've been dehydrated before, and you feel fucking loopy. You feel loopy. So maybe he was dehydrated. I don't know. He didn't look starched because, he was heavy. So, it's hard. It's hard to really explain at this point what went on. The number one problem about all this is, and I keep telling you guys, he shouldn't have fucking waited this long to start wagging the finger, to start telling it the way he feels it. He shouldn't have waited this long, because at this point, it's like the punctualness of someone cheating you. You don't wait that long for somebody. That would have been the first thing. I wouldn't have said he don't feel like a champion without no explanation, because that was told to me, okay? The information that I was given is that Wilder was saying that he didn't feel like a champion because he felt he was cheated, but he didn't say that. So the question is, why didn't he say it? You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking of, okay, what's the difference between November and February? End of February to November. Like, what's the difference? Like, what transpired at that point? Maybe he wasn't going to get the fight. Maybe found out that Tyson Fury's moving on because of some discrepancy with the contract. We don't know. Like, so that's the $1 million question. Why did he wait so long? Again, I haven't heard all this, this interview, but I will read it and go over it and counterpunch it with, as I go or whatnot. But it seems to me that Wilder, he said that everything was against him. Now, the only thing I can see, he didn't look right. Maybe the punch did it. He said it's the water. So here's the thing. Is it the water or was it the gloves? And that's another problem because it's like, okay, now you're saying it's both. If you're saying it's both, it's like, okay, at what point do you, like, if someone cheated you 2 different ways, okay, one of them fucking ways got to be found out about. Counterpunch. Like if Tyson Fury's team spiked the water, then had heavy egg weights and shit in their gloves, because this is the accusations. This is what Wilder's saying. So think about what I'm saying. The referee that checks the fucking gloves. So if the referee, so maybe the referee was on it, was in on it. Well, if the referee was in on it, he would have deducted the point from Tyson Fury, because if anything, I think the favoritism was in favor of Wilder, not Fury. But that's just my opinion, because I thought it was weird that all of a sudden in the 5th round, I think Kenny Bayless time, and he deducted a point from Tyson Fury, which I was like, okay, what was that for? Because it was just kind of out of the blue. So I don't know about that. I wouldn't agree with that. But him saying, hey, my water was spiked, I think something was in the water. That's how he feels. I think at this point, because the only thing reason I can come up with, if the man didn't, if he waited, the only reason I think he's coming forth now is because he knows that fight's not going to happen. And when you know that fight's not going to happen, you're free at will to say anything. That's what I honestly believe. That's my counterpunch on that, guys. You guys tell me what you think about Deontay Wilder's water being spiked. Give me your comments. Please subscribe, hit that bell icon, and you guys been counterpunched. Much more to come. Peace.